Regali, Chief Little Flower, coming at you from the privacy and safety of my beloved benefactor sanctuary. So, Auschwitz 2.0 is the Dr. Mengele brainchild of all of this Zetzersung group stalking in this criminal crime ring that uses gang stalking techniques, the Stasi techniques implemented during World War II, which is alive right now in your country, coming straight at you from every theater, showcasing the Harriet Truman Show. So, what I do is I educate and I share the implements of destruction that these corn-fed, cornbread, Nazi-trained, flying flunky monkeys get taught by their criminal handlers and how to snivel and grovel just right, to earn their little check mark for their government grubbing handout recipients, because they ain't got no integrity. They had a price point to sell out their morality. So at any rate, one of the things that they do is they will implement triggers in your environment to cause the target to get bent out of shape, lash out, whatever, because they're recording you. And they're setting you up for their grand finale, But, it's like this. Once I have a suspicion on somebody, I just come right out and ask them. I'm like, hey, you're not running sideways game on me, are you? You're not trying to gaslight me, are you? You're not part of the criminal crime ring, are you? That's targeting the individual. I mean, because if I have a suspicion, I'm just going to come right out and ask. And once I get the answer, I just alleviate myself of it. I wash my hands, because it's like this. I gave you a chance to be honest. And if you chose not to be honest, well, that's on you. Because when you run your sideways game, especially with your stupid ass, weak sauce, fake ass dialogues, I turn you over to the Most High. So whatever. But whenever I was at in Bothell, which is north of Seattle, I was renting a room from one of my colleagues that had worked at Cadillac. His name was Michael something, I don't remember. Man, when I got the 411 on those bastards, I stopped sleeping there altogether. And then, I'm looking at you, Judicial. At the time of this recording, January 10th, 2024, still nobody has been ethically dispatched to me to bridge the ambiguity with some fucking truth already. What's up with that? I mean, you all are getting your little palms greased by being the goddamn flying funky monkeys. I mean, it's kind of like this. If there's a Team Judas in your family that's busy selling out the targeted individual by playing their stupid little weak sauce games, what do you think the psychological profile of that person looks like? Because there will be a psychological profile that is published in every peer-reviewed psychological paper you could ever conceive of existing right now and will exist. So if you haven't decided to stop running your dick into the ground, because I'm not the only one being targeted, there is 144,000, give or take, chosen ones, and not only chosen ones, but also conduits and seers. A lot of them are chosen. Not all of them are chosen, but there's a lot of them that are upright. Not all of them are upright, but suffice enough to say that we're being heavily targeted. And I'm looking at you, Department of Justice. Why is there a treason slandering circuit that is getting their palms greased through FEMA in the collaborative components of that low-vibing universe, Citizen Guard and InfraGuard, why are they being paid to be the goddamn psychotic Auschwitz executioner? Those funds, if they're not cease and desisted by now, let's just say today's a good day to get a ball rolling on that. Or not, whatever. But, yeah. Seriously. It's kind of like, you know. Is it my fault that I'm so bright and intelligent? Are you going to blame a targeted individual that you're actively targeting in your homeless shelters for standing up for themselves, for speaking out and speaking against the debauchery of the psychotic mayhem and havoc you all are trying to wreak by destroying somebody's lives incrementally in your Zetzersong? And I mean, especially if you claim to be a Christian, how does that work? And especially if you have children that you have roped into training how to be the psychotic goddamn sniveling and groveling little monkey that has a price point to sell out their integrity instead of hold on to it at every cost. How does that work? Because everybody getting their fucking little palms greased in that fucking psychotic Zetzersong in the targeting of the individual. You guys are enabling child molestation because, you know, the whole thing is ran by covens. I mean, if you consider it's like debaucherous, duplicit, treacherous as hell. That's because it is hellish and demonic activity. When I go off into the world, I'm still being targeted. When is that going to stop? When are you all going to stop funding all of that treason circuit you got going on in your little militia? Because as long as you fucking feed into it, those government grubbers are going to keep government grubbing. They're going to keep sniveling and groveling for the little Nabisco treat, for the string of dangling carrots, for a payout that's never going to come. I mean, if salvation is your thing, why do you keep on with the goddamn psycho circus clown show? Anyways, oftentimes they'll use a trigger in their environment, which is just like so happenstance. I mean, it's because if you call it out, they're going to be like, what's the matter with you? It's just X, Y, and Z. Maybe you need to go get some PTSD treatment. Meanwhile, they're running their dick into the ground and playing in your fucking face. I mean, because the targeting of the individual, that individual is the goddamn cash cow, bitch. How much do you get for groveling and sniveling your soul to the goddamn satanic covens? Marcella Maria Comiskey, what kind of training you doing over there? Have you decided to do the right thing and turn yourself in and give your confessions and give your children the dignity of giving the moral aptitude and listen, unless you just really are just being completely tooled by a demonic entity altogether? Because that's the thing. Because if you had run sideways game on my children by endorsing them to sex traffic themselves because they trust you, you got a lot of shit talky coming down your fucking karmic trail. And that goes for the rest of you world. Because if you are participating in all of this, passive-aggressive Zetzersong, who's to say that you don't have plans to sex traffic anybody young in your fucking little charge you've been given to raise. That's not healthy. Anyhow, Patricia Ann Landon Regali, Chief Little Flower, teaching everybody that, there's triggers in the environment, that we're there to create chaos and conflict in the goddamn Auschwitz 2.0. I've seen it in fucking homeless shelters, bitches. I've seen it at Michael's place. What's up, Michael? How's your scrotum? Oh my God, because you're going to need the hyperplasia at that particular integumentary aspect, because whenever the good Lord comes to give you your karma, restitution, and retribution for coming sideways at anybody, you're going to be able to take it a bit more comfortably. Otherwise, peace out for now. If you would tune into my videos and watch the others, thank you for that. But I'll see you in the next video.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the